Mike White, Hall of Famer. The New York Jets backup quarterback was spectacular in his first NFL start on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's break down the film together and I can show you why White was so impressive in the pocket, his decision making, ability to take what the defense gave him, and overall was just fantastic quarterback play. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from PLAJ, and this was a lot of fun to dive into this film. Mike White was impressive against the Cincinnati Bengals. And look, it was a lot of short stuff. It was very Mac Jones-esque, for lack of a better word. But what impressed me was the decision-making, the decisiveness, and just the understanding of where to go with the football. And that's where I wanted to start this video today. A couple of plays that just show him against the blitz and his football IQ. First one here against the Bengals, they're showing a blitz off the left-hand side of their formation. You can see the linebacker off the snap starts to creep. You can see him right there edging towards the line of scrimmage. When they bring him, Mike White now has a free rusher off the edge. The Jets do a nice job picking it up. He knows he's hot and he replaces the blitz with the football. Good quarterback play. Take your 7-8 yards, get ahead of the stick. That's just fantastic awareness and understanding from Mike White. Feel the blitz, recognize it, understand where your hot is, get rid of the football, replace the blitz with the football. Awesome play. And now another example of this from the third quarter against the Bengals. And again, you can see a crowded line of scrimmage. They've got 8 men lined up and they're showing heavy pressure. They end up bringing it from the right-hand side. Mike White understands it. He feels that pressure, understands where to go with the football, finds the hot, and again, I'll use the same terminology. You replace the blitz with the football. That means where they're bringing pressure, you throw the ball behind it. He did a fantastic job of that all day, and that's something Zach Wilson definitely needs to get better at, and you saw the difference in Mike White's quarterback play. Let's get into some of the great touchdowns now. This was probably the throw of the day that Mike White had. I mentioned that he didn't have a lot of big-time throws. This was a really nice one, though, and it's also just an awesome pocket. So let's jump into it. It's a very simple concept. They motion out the back here. You've got Michael Carter at the bottom of your screen, and Braxton Berrios is the number 2 receiver. Berrios is going to run effectively a speed out here towards the pylon. They bring Michael Carter underneath. He diagnoses again. He's got a little bit of pressure, feels it, finds that man, eyes go straight to the left-hand side of the formation, the man-beating side, knows it's man coverage, and throws an absolute dot to Braxton Berrios. But it's the back angle that really shows high football IQ. I'm not going to touch too much on Alijah Vera-Tucker because you know there's another video coming on him. But Mike White knows that they're lining up, showing pressure from the left of his offensive line. You see, right now he sees Vera-Tucker go to the inside man, so he stays in the pocket. But once Vera-Tucker starts to go out and take the blitzer, he understands now that that one tech is free. So watch him float in the pocket and drift behind where Vera-Tucker's going. It's great understanding and awareness of his protection and where he needs to go to get this football off. And now watch the location on this ball on the out route. It doesn't get any better than that. That is just a spectacular throw in the red zone, tight windows in his first NFL start. Take a bow, Mike White, because that's a phenomenal play. It's great awareness, great pocket, and then a great throw backing away with pressure. Awesome. And the second touchdown, this isn't so much a fantastic throw as it is just great awareness, feel in the pocket. It's something we just touched on then. They're running a stick nod concept, something we saw earlier in the game from the Jets as well. But what I really like from Mike White is his eyes automatically go right here off the snap. He starts to feel a little pressure. Watch how he works to his left, finds a little soft spot, and he resets his feet and then fires in the ball to Tyler Croft for the touchdown. Good awareness, good understanding, good feel. Just a really nice play. One of the main areas that Zach Wilson struggled in through the first 6 or 7 games of the season has been play action concepts and forcing the ball deep. And I think a lot of that's on LaFleur, but it's also obviously on Wilson as well. This is an example of Mike White doing it at a high level. You see the Jets are running kind of these 2 deep stops. So they're kind of sending 2 guys down the seam, stopping at about 20 yards. Now, that's where the ball's supposed to go. This is a shot play earlier in the game. I want you to watch how White looks down the field, sets his feet, then recognizes that nothing's there, and he finds the check down coming across the middle. Great eyes to move and understand where the hole's going to be in the zone coverage. Just a really nice job of not forcing it deep, even though it's a designed shot play, and then finding the check down and not burning the play. It's really nice, and that's another area that Zach Wilson can definitely watch this film and evolve and develop from. And then one more time, I think this is from actually Jamison Crowder. You can see pre-snap, he gives a little signal. Right now he's got his head turned towards Mike White. He understands this looks like cover two. The Bengals are showing double A-gap blitz, which means they can't be playing man here. Who's going to cover Jamison Crowder, who's second from the bottom of your screen in the slot? They have a little look and connection. They understand it's zone. There's going to be a soft spot. No one can get to Jamison Crowder, the number two at the bottom there. So he gets rid of the ball quickly and gives Jamison Crowder an opportunity to make a play. Ends up being a fumble, but just high football IQ, nice chemistry between the receiver and the quarterback, and it's a great way to get rid of the football and take 20 easy yards. And then this is the final positive play I wanted to look at from Mike White. Really nice design against zone coverage from Mike LaFleur, but it's just good eye manipulation and good delivery of the football. The Jets effectively out of bunch left here are running an over and then a dig behind it. So you've got Jeff Smith running across the formation. He's running the speedo or the over route. And then at the bottom of your screen, Elijah Moore is running this little delayed dig, and he's going to open up the second window. Mike White does a really nice job keeping his eyes on the crossing route to start with. He moves the linebacker just a touch and opens up that window. Look how the linebacker right here takes a step towards the speedo route on his left, opens up enough of a gap, and he fires it into Elijah Moore for another 20-yard gain. Good eyes, good understanding of the coverage, and also where to go with the ball. Just a theme throughout this film. I wanted to transition to finish to three plays that Mike White wants back and three mistakes he made that even though it was a clean game and really decisive underneath football, he still could work on these decisions and some of these executions. So on this first one, it's the interception. It's a deflected ball over the middle. People automatically think it's not the quarterback's fault. That's just bad luck. There are some things that Mike White could have executed at a higher level to make sure this wasn't an interception. His base is good. His decision is fine. Jamison Crowder kind of wins to the inside a little bit. The issue here is ball location. Jamison Crowder has to stab with that right hand. You can see his white glove kind of flashing above the corner's head. When you throw the ball high and inside on a in-breaking route like a slant or a dig, it's just asking for trouble, especially when it's deflected. This is high, it's inside, and the velocity is too great. You can't expect him to catch that. It's an inaccurate football, and as a result, it goes the other way with the safety. Needs to be better with his location, can't be high and inside over the middle of the field. And then on this one, this might have been his worst miss of the day, to be honest. You've got Michael Carter, who ends up running a little wheel route. They get a perfect look. You can see the safety come screaming down on a blitz. You get an awesome look for this play that Mike LaFleur draws up. If he throws this ball with touch and anticipation out in front with good trajectory, this is probably a touchdown. But instead, you just watch he gets a little bit scared of the blitz. He wants to get rid of that ball a little too early, and he short arms it, doesn't get it over the corner, and this should be 6 the other way. And then the last one, this is just a lack of awareness, when his awareness was otherwise so good throughout the game. You see here off of play action, he looks for the deep shot, it's not there, looks for a check down, he starts to bail. All he has to do here is throw away the football. He doesn't, he ends up running out of bounds for a 6 or 7 yard sack. Just needs to have the wherewithal to understand that I need to get the ball out of my hands here. I can't take a sack and put us behind the sticks. Better awareness, but on the whole, it was a great performance. So that's a summary of Mike White and how good he was against the Cincinnati Bengals. Look, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I don't think this is super sustainable. When you're playing the type of football that is 4.5 yards per air attempt, it's very shallow underneath football. You're not going to have 400 yards. You're not going to have 405 yards very often. But Mike White did do a great job executing, taking what was given by the defense, and he had a couple of really nice throws in the red zone. I'm not going to take that away from him. Zach Wilson is still the future of the New York Jets, but it was an outstanding performance from Hall of Famer Mike White.